hold it to them.
That ain't gonna work.
You don't think it's gonna work? No.
That joint gonna fall flat on his face.
Think it'll stay right there through the spirit. Nah. It is what it is. We just gonna hold it like this through the spirit. Khan, Shabbat Shalom, the Bakmar, Cobb, the Fine Annapolis.
It's your brother, Khan, Brother Lamar kicking it off with the brothers, man, right?
Khan, man. Shabbat Shalom, man. We're gonna continue to go through the spirit. Know what I mean? It's Shabbat. Beautiful Saturday. The Lord that woke us up this morning. Today we're gonna be going over quick through the spirit, exhortation, rebuke, going into not being and trusting every Israelite brother or sister, man. We can't be trusting everybody out here, trust every brother, trust every sister just because they got on fringes, just because they got on a hair wrap or a dress, man. Right? So we're gonna kick it off. Let me get the book Sirach, the class, chapter 6 and verse 6. Salakia, start at verse 5. Sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair-speaking tongue will increase kind greetings, right? Because we know everybody that speaks nicely, you know, soft speech or a soft answer will turn away wrath, roughly paraphrasing like it states in the book of Proverbs, man. Right? We know soft speech, sweet language will always bring close friends, man. And you don't always it'll bring the wolves close to you until they take you down, right? Come on, I got you. Verse 6, be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. The Lord said, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, man. Right? You can't be already ready to quit just because a brother or a sister can do something that's beneficial for you or profitable for you in your life carnally, right? Or whether it be spiritually either, man. You can't always be hasty to credit a brother or sister, man. We got to prove them first. It's the same reason why when we go and get marriages, we have to court a brother or we have to court a sister. We have to see if this thing is going to be something profitable for the both of us, right? So I'm going to pass to the next mighty brother.
God, it's the book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 7, and it reads, there is that maketh himself rich, yet have nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet hath great riches. The ransom of a man's life are his riches, Salakia. But the poor heareth not rebuke. So basically the poor needs to be, the rich may not be able to hear or receive, you know what I'm saying, the rebukes of a brother that's truly coming out of their heart. You know what I'm saying? We have a tendency of clinging to the carnal things, man, in this world and being carnal minded. So when a brother truly has love in his heart, a brother that you can trust is going to, you know what I'm saying, basically bear all to you. And if he see fault in you, he's going to be there to correct you, King. And you got to trust that brother, because everybody that's for you, you know what I'm saying, everybody that pretends to be for you is not for you. You know what I mean? So you got to try that spirit. You have to realize when and who, by their actions, about how they talk to you. You know what I'm saying? That's going to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Being a carnal man is going to ensure one thing, that you be lost and stuck in the carnal things. So let go of the carnal and realize that everybody who soothsay you and tell you things that you want to hear ain't got your best interest at heart. They see you got some things and they might want them things, you know what I'm saying? So they kind of butter you up and tell you the things that you want to hear. But look out for that brother that's going to be truthful and honest with you no matter what situation you in, whether your pocket's fat and swole or whether, you know what I'm saying, you hurting. Because that's the brother that you can trust, and that's the brother that's going to have your back, and I'm going to yield.
Man. Right?
Right. Hey, man, Brother Lamar from WFI Indianapolis, man. Right, all praises and honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahshai, man. So, let me get Sirach chapter 37 and verse number 27, man, because this is what the Lord told us to do, right?
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse number 27. My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it.
Nah, be next to everything.
My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it.
Right, so you got to prove the things that are evil for your spirit, man. Right? You got to sit there and count the cost in each and everything, man. Right? Hey, it sat there and said in the book of Matthew, I believe, right? No man sits there and buildeth the house without counting the cost first. Roughly paraphrasing, man. Right? He got to sit there and make sure he got the supplies and each and everything ready and in store, man. You know what I'm saying? So how much more we got to sit there and make sure we're keeping ourselves around the things that'll keep us spiritually uplifted, man. Right? Making sure that we're not falling to the wayside and falling into mischief, man. Right? So read on that.
My son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it.
So like a real quick point, right? And if you hang around a group of brothers, man, right? And every time you hang around those group of brothers, right? I sat there and brought this out not too long ago, right? You want to damn smoke or something, right? You want to damn watch the game and not read, man, right? Or play the game and not read, man, right? And you got to sit there and prove that that is evil for you, man. Or you got to sit there and rebuke those brothers and sit there and get on them like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be doing this or putting this over the Most High, man, right? We got to get ourselves together, right? Read on.
Prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. For all things are not profitable for all men.
All things are profitable.
All things are not profitable for all men.
Right, and did the Lord sit there and say, hey, we don't got to get into it, but, right, all things are not profitable at the end of the day, man. Right, there's a lot of things in this earth that is wicked and vain at the end of the day, man. Right, the Most High is not looking at that as you doing the work, man, or doing things that are well unto Him, man. Right, and that's the 3 o'clock hour, man, on the East Coast.
That's right.
Right, so make sure, you know, brothers and sisters, whatever the case may be, if you got to slip off the stream and, you know, throw up the prayers, make sure you sit there and do that, man. Right, because we're living in the last days. You got to sit there and be apt in prayer right now. Right, but that's all I wanted to bring out through the Spirit right now. Right, brothers got it.
Let me finish that precept.
Go ahead.
For all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything.
That's right, man. Right, so you're not going to be pleased in each and everything, man. You're not going to be pleased in each and every soul, man. Right, that's why it's so important. Hey, you got to sit there in court, and you got to prove your woman, you got to prove your man before you sit there and lay with them, man. Right, because you're with them for the rest of your life, man, and you got to deal with that. And if you don't got pleasure in her, hey, guess what? You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with it, man. Right? You can't sit there and automatically be like, oh, no, that's not what I thought it was going to be. And you just cast her to the wayside, you put her away, man. Right? Hey, the law sit there and say that you can't put away a woman unless it be for fornication's sake, man. You know what I'm saying? So, with that, I yield. Or adultery, right?
Real quick, since you brought that out, let me bring that out.
Go ahead.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse number 3. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. The wife have not power of her own body, but the husband. And likewise also the husband have not power of his own body, but the wife. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency.
That's right. And that word benevolence goes into the love and compassion, man. Right? You got to have love and compassion towards one another, man. You can't sit there and fake a smile to your damn rib, man. Right? And likewise to y'all women for y'all heads, man. Y'all can't damn fake a smile and act like you like everything that's going on when clearly you're not pleased with it, man. Right? You got sisters in this truth, man, that wish they could sit there and go and choose another head, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not what they pictured it to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's off. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's off. So at the end of the day, you got to sit there and prove what's good for your spirit and what's evil for it, man. Right? What's pleasing for your spirit, what's good for your spirit, what's going to be profitable at the end of the day, and what's not going to be profitable. And at that, you.
Man. And I got a couple precepts through the Spirit. Up to the next mighty brother again, man. Right? Because the Lord is not coming back. He don't give a damn if you got on fringes, man. Keeping the commandments. You're not treating your brothers right. You're not calling your sister right. Name of the Lord. And praying, repenting, forgiving your brother they trespasses. The Lord you, man. Because the Lord heareth not sinners, like it states in John chapter 9 and verse 31. Right? I'm bringing out these two precepts, passing the next mighty brother. It's the book of St. Matthew, chapter 7 and 21, classic. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy Satan cometh immediately. Salakia, Satan cometh immediately. We don't even know if I'm live no more. Salakia, Satan cometh immediately. Lord willing, brothers and sisters can still hear me, man. Right? This is verse 22 again. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have we cast out devils? So like in thy name have we cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Straight like that, man. We don't never want to hear those words come out of the Lord's mouth, man. Ever. We don't never want to hear, get away from me, I never knew you. All this time we keeping the commandments, right? We coming out of the world, right? We not being friends of this world because those are enemies of God, right? And then the Lord come down and then slice us the hell down, man. We don't want that happening to us. We don't want the Lord saying, thou fool, tonight thy soul is required of thee. Roughly paraphrasing, man. Right? We don't want that. So like, let me get this precept real quick through the Spirit. This is the book.
Right, or thou wicked and slothful.
Thou wicked and slothful servant. We don't want the Lord saying that, man. Right? We were just bringing that out. This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 25, and verse number, let's start at verse number 23. His Lord, Salakia, verse 22. He also that received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Straight like that, man. We want the Lord to say, well done, good and thy faithful servant, man. We don't want the Lord saying, hey, you're a fool. You're a wicked servant, man. Right? Right, reading on, he says, verse 24, then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast, that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which have 10 talents. We don't want to hear that, man. We don't want to hear thou wicked and slothful servant, man. We don't want to be that brother or that sister, Salakia, that is giving these talents to the Lord, giving these gifts of being able to go out there and teach, being out there and being apt to teach, being able to pull precepts, being able to be there for our brothers, our sisters, pick them up when they down, right? Give them encouraging words, being able to rebuke them in righteousness, and not put burdens or yokes upon their neck with multiples and multiples of commandments, knowing they just now coming out of the world. We being able to flip those talents. We want to be able to flip those talents so the Lord can tell us, well done, good and thy faithful servant. Not being slothful, man. Right? So I want to get one more precept past to the next brother. All right, hold this for me, King, through the Spirit. All right, this is the book of Romans, chapter 16 and verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. The Lord told us to mark those individuals, man. We don't want to be like those brothers, man. You don't want to be like those brothers, man, because everybody's not your friend, man. Everybody is there for their own effectual, their own gain, their own personal gains in life, their own personal wealths, increases and acquirements, man. Right? We here for Yahweh Shai, and we're gonna die for Yahweh Shai, man. And we're going to continue to push the words and lords of Yahweh Shai until the Lord puts us to sleep, man, if that be our lot. Right? I'm passing to the next mighty brother.
Khan, and like the brother was mightily bringing out, man, we can't only be hearers of the word. We got to be doers also, because what's that? That's lip service, right? That's you kind of, claiming to know the Lord, claiming to love the Lord, claiming to have the laws in your heart, but yet you do none of the things that he tell you to do, right? This is the book of Romans, chapter 2 and verse 13. I'm going to start at 12. For as many as have sinned without law shall also perish without law. And as many as have sinned, not the hearers of the law, are just before Yahweh shall be justified. So don't worry about that's not what it's about. be doers of the law. You got to be doers of this word. This is the example of the type of man that you can trust. I want to get it in Sirach. We're going to go to Sirach, find a precept real quick. Basically, you got to know what type of man that you're dealing with, man. You got to be dealing with a man of the Lord, man. You can't be dealing with any and everybody just because they claim to love the Lord, yet they keep none of his commandments, man. Try to find it real quick, man. Let me see. Because I just had it. Salakia, Israel. Salakia. All right, bet. Sirach. Continuously with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. So that's an example of the type of man that you want to be around. If you want somebody that you can trust, you need a man that's godly. You need a man that has the reputation of being a godly man, not just a hearer of the word. You know what I'm saying? And that's hearing, you hear the commandments, but you're not doing them, just like we went over. But you got to associate yourself with the godly. And that's the man that you can trust, man. That's the man that's going to have your back, like brothers was just bringing out to you. It's not about the lip service. We always at a point in our life, and I know I was, at a point in our lives, man, where we was kind of, we was claiming to love the Lord, but we knew not one commandment. Or we knew only the 10 commandments that we saw off the damn old Charleston Heston movie. Gotta realize at the end of the day, this is the world that we living in. They don't want you keeping the commandments. They don't want you loving. They don't want us loving one another. They want the so-called black man at odds with the so-called black woman in the home. They want them things, man, and kind of into the habit of loving one another and get away from this spirit of hatred, man. This spirit of animosity, this spirit of contention and fighting in the household that's going to destroy us as a people, man, because that's what your enemy wants, man. You can look back throughout history. Every time we as a people tried to come together, how this devil, this serpent, hated it so badly that he had to go and wipe us out wherever we was going, man. Think about Tulsa, Oklahoma. Think about these other places where so-called black men and women had an opportunity or tried to pull themselves out of a damn gutter, man, over hundreds of years, man, and how this devil came through and wiped us out, man. This is when we had trust in the home. This is when the man was in his proper place, and the woman knew to support her husband, and there was love between one another, right? We need to go back to these things, man. And with that, I'm gonna pass it, man. I'm gonna yield.
Right, so, man. Let me get 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse number 12, right? Maybe you can start at 12.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse number 12. Ye are not straitened in us, but ye are straitened in your own bowels. Right. Now for a recompense in the same, I speak as unto my children, be ye also enlarged. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
Right? Hey, just like the brother was going into, man. Right? Don't be with evildoers, man. Right? Then it sit there and say in Proverbs chapter 1, walk not in the way of the scornful. Right? I mean, sit not in the seat of the scornful, right? Nor walk in the way of the wicked man. Right? For their feet run to mischief and to shed blood. Right? So you got to sit there and depart from these evildoers, man. Right? And just being an unbeliever, man, it doesn't just necessarily consist of having to commit the most heinous actions of crime, right? Of mischief, of lewd acts, right? Hey, it's just as simple as not having faith in the Lord, man. Right? It's just as simple as cursing the Lord's name, man. You know what I'm saying? Those are being unbelievers, man. It's just as simple as that. Or even when you sit there and you want to talk to a brother, every time you try to bring up the truth, you ain't try to bring up the truth to his brother about 7 times, man. Right? Every time you sit there and try to bring it up, you're like, yeah, I'm not trying to hear that right now, though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they would be considered an unbeliever, man. Right? Because are they walking in God's testimony? Are they walking in the Most High Yahweh's testimony? Right? And in his beliefs, in the volume of the book? No. Right? They're not sitting there following the 613 laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of their abilities, man. So therefore, they fall in the categorization of unbelievers, man. Let me get 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 24 as well. Right.
It's mighty. It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse number 24, and it reads, Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run, that ye may obtain.
That's right, man. So we sit there and run for a prize, man, right? Everybody runs for a prize, right? Hey, but the people in this truth, hey, we run for that prize, the spiritual riches, man, right? The spiritual wealth that's waiting for us in heaven, man. That's what we're running to obtain after, man. Right, so read on that.
Verse 25, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown,
right?
But we an incorruptible.
Right, so the evildoers and the unbelievers, they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, right? What's that? Right, hey, street game, man. Right, popularity, man. To be notorious in the streets, man. Right, to be famous, man. Right, they sit there and want to have the loudest car on the block, man, just to sit there and be seen by men. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. At the end of the day, you want to be seen by a man, because women don't, hey, they see a nice car or a car that they sit there and think looks like a nice color, hey, it's a nice car to them automatically. Right? But only a man is going to sit there and know that that's a 5.7 liter Hellcat sitting in that Charger right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, man. So at the end of the day, you're doing it for man. And that's off. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it to please another man, right? To sit there and be seen by another man. That's wicked as hell, man. Right? So therefore, hey, they sit there and do it to receive a corruptible crown, but we are incorruptible, man. Right? And you got to be temperate in all things, man. And what does that mean? You got to sit there and be controlling of each and every one of your emotions, man. You got to have your management on point, man. Right? You can't be slacking at anything, right? You can't damn be slothful one day and then another day you on fire, man. Right? Didn't the Lord sit there and say, because thou art not hot nor cold, I shall spew thee out of my mouth, because thou art lukewarm, roughly paraphrasing? Right? Hey, so you got to sit there and make sure, hey, you're one decision in this thing, and you're committed to that whole decision, man. Right? Like it says in the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse number 1, right? If thou will enter into life, set thy heart aright, man, and constantly endure affliction or temptation, roughly paraphrasing, man. Right? Brothers got it.
Con, man. Like the brother was going into, man. We got to strive for the mastery, man. And we shouldn't be trying to be being divided at all. We should be trying to mark those brothers who are causing division amongst us, man. Right? So let me get a couple precepts real quick. It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 10, and it reads, now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahweh Mashiach, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment, man. We all got to be working on one accord, man. We all got to be moving upon one accord, like it states in Amos 3 and 3, man. Can accord walking together, man. If we not together, if we walking together with wicked people, hey, you gonna be wicked. The blind lead the blind. Hey, where shall they end up? In a ditch, man. Right? Like the book chapter 6 and verse 14, the Lord said, be ye not unequally yoked unbelievers, man. Right? We can't have one foot in the truth and 1 foot in the world, man. Right? We can't be one foot in the truth and 1 foot in the world, having all these secret sins, having all these secret girlfriends, right? Having all these secret snorting cocaine, and like the brother said, it's madness, man. It's off, it's madness, and it's gonna get you destroyed out here, man. Right? Let me get a precept. It's the book of James. Man, I just had a precept in my mind too, man. It slipped away from me through the spirit. It's the book of James, chapter 4. Let me get James 4. James chapter 4 and verse number 4, and it reads, ye adulterers and Salakia, let me start at verse 1. This is what I wanted. It's the book of James chapter 4 and verse 1. From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence, even of your lust that war in your members? So all these things you going through and you dealing with in your life, all these demons that surrounded about you, jumping on you, inside of you, right? They all because of you, man. They all because you was never examining yourself. Like the Lord said in Haggai 1 and 5, thus saith the Lord, thus saith Yahweh Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, consider thy ways. Sirach 18 and 20, before the day of judgment, examine thyself, roughly paraphrasing. The Lord always told us to watch, because he's going to come as a thief in the night. Everything that happens to us is our fault. We can't keep having these men and women around us that are unprofitable for us. They're going to lead us nothing but to a ditch, destruction, hell, death, famine, starvation, and ultimately the second death. And you don't want to meet your creator and he say, thou wicked and slothful servant, man. Right? So I'm going to read on. It says, ye lust and have not. Ye kill and desire to have and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not because ye ask not. You're not asking of the Lord, right? You think you can get it done on your own, right? You believe in the Lord, but you're not keeping the commandments. Why? Because you're still hanging around unprofitable men and women, right? You're not praying like you used to. You're not fasting like you used to, right? You're not repenting no more. The Lord's not hearing your prayers. That's why the Lord told us to pray without ceasing, man. Because you got to actually sit down and realize, who the hell are you around when you're not around your brethren? Who the hell are you around when you're not around your aquaf, your sisters, man? What is your time going to, right? Reading on, he says, ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust. You're not getting what you asking of the Lord, because you asking it in vanity, man. You asking it in vanity, and the Lord already knows what you're going to use it for, man. The Lord already knows that you're using it for your own vain lust, man. Right? You asking for the Lord for a better job so you can have more money to spend on vacation and call off on the Shabbat. That's why you're not getting a better job, man. Matter of fact, you're going to lose this job and it'll make your car break down. The Lord get down in righteousness, man. Right? This is the point. Verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh, man. So if you want to be all buddy-buddy with the damn world, man, right? Want to be all buddy-buddy with Keisha Tori and Lamia, hey, well, you going to die with Keisha Tori and Lamia, man. And you're going to catch a hot missile with your name written on it, man. Unless you repent, man. Because the Lord requires all...
Yeah, we back on through the spirit, man. Satan can't handle the word, man. But like brothers was saying, man, what business do a wolf got with sheep, man? You ain't never gonna see a lion dwelling with a gazelle unless that lion getting ready to eat him. So in like fashion, man, you know the old worldly saying, man, oil and water ain't gonna mix, man. Once you make a decision and a determination to be about this truth and walk this path, there's certain things about your worldly friends that's not going to mix well with you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna run into all types of problems. You're gonna have all types of spirits that's gonna be hopping on you. You don't know where they coming from. It's the company that you keep, right? So I wanna let me back off what brothers was bringing out, man. I'm gonna go to Proverbs 8. I don't know if brothers brought this out. Proverbs 8 and 13. And it reads, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. So if you fear the Lord, like you say you fear him, like you say you got to get out of that lip service, then you're going to hate the things of this world. You're going to hate the ways of this world. Your worldly friends is not going to be appealing to you no more. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to want to walk that path and do the things that you used to do in your old life, man, because you hate these things. You realize what these things have done to your people, these actions, man, the love of these carnal things. Like brother saying, the Hellcat with the engine so loud, it sounds like it's going to explode, man. You know what I mean? You would be doing everything that you could to get away from these things and walk a righteous path, man, because you know you have the fear of the Lord in your heart, and you know how the Lord feels about about this world and the carnal things within it. So how much more you? What the Lord hate, we hate, and what the Lord love, we love, and that's just how it is, man. That's how it go, man. Let me get another precept. I'm gonna stay in Proverbs and go to Proverbs 17 and 15 real quick, and it reads. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord. And what is this world about, man? What's our wicked people? What is our wicked people about, man? They condemn the just. They condemn the brothers that's really sincerely trying to minister and administer the words to our people, man, that's dying out here. Spiritually, you're dying of thirst. You're dying and you want to be nourished. You're looking for nourishment. You up all night. You scouring YouTube. You looking into every conspiracy theory. You trying to get off into Islam, but you like a blind man. You don't know exactly. You don't know You don't know what to do or what to believe in, man. And that's the state of this world, man. That's the state of our people, man. Our people love to justify wicked things. They don't want you telling them things that are righteous, that are upright, that's going to lift up the poor man's spirit, man, and pull you out of that pit. They don't want them things, man. They want to see what the next music video gonna be. They want to see what the next fad, the next trend gonna be, man. Brothers want to talk about goals, and that's all well and good. That's all well and good, man. The next fast car. But at the end of the day, man, being a man or a woman of the Most High, being a man or woman of truth, of faith, like you claim to be, that these things are hated, man. These things are wicked, man. So to partake in these things is pretty much to partake in this world and become an enemy of the Most High, like brothers is bringing out. I want to bring out one more precept, and I'm gonna pass it. This Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 20, and it reads, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." Woe means destruction. Destruction to these backwards people that want to claim or want to replace goodness with evil. And that's pretty much strengthening my point. This is what we saying. This is what we talking about, man. Evil, wicked people that we seem to be surrounded by, can't get away from, that want to condemn what's good and what's right and lift up what's wicked, what's evil. Weed smoking, hitting and mistreating and abusing your rib. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping with multiple men like it's no issue, like it's not a problem. What you say, King?
Sleeping with your brother's wife.
Sleeping with your brother's wife, and then you know what I'm saying, you writing a rap, you gonna write a song about it. You know what I mean? These things that are completely perverse and wicked. But somehow, some way in this world that we live in, our enemies have it set up so that we glorify these things, man. We want to get into these things more and more, and you will find nothing but destruction waiting at the end for every man who wants to replace good for evil, just like the scripture is saying, man. And with that, I'm going to pass.
Con, man, I got a couple more precepts passed to the next mighty brother if he want to finish it or close it up if he can, if he want. This the book,
How much y'all need?
Sirach, chapter 11 and verse, hold on one quick second, brother. This the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse, matter of fact, let me get Sirach 19 first. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 26. "There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit." So you got to beware of these wicked men, man. They like to deceive you. You know, people like to say, don't judge a book by its cover. Right. Well, the Lord said we could judge a book by its cover in righteousness, man. Right. And I'm about to show you through the precepts, man. It's the book of Sirach 19 and 26. "There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit, casting down his countenance," meaning his face, "and making as if he heard not, where he is not known. He will do thee a mischief before thou be aware. And if for want of power he be hindered from sinning." So, hey, if he want to be in power and he can't commit a sin, right, like the so-called white man coming over here to America, he wanted to immediately be in power, but our Northern Kingdom brothers was already over here. They're already running this land. So what did he do? He hid his hand, man. The Native Americans taught him how to fish, taught him how to hunt, right? And then they killed them all and marched them across into the western part of America where they still reside at today, man, right? So it says, "And if for want of power he be hindered from sinning, yet when he findeth opportunity, he will do evil. A man may be known by his look, and one that have understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him. A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is." So, man, we can see exactly what's going on with you wicked brothers and wicked sisters, just based off of y'all countenance and the way y'all carry yourself through the spirit, man. And if y'all got guile in y'all, have deceit in y'all, because the Lord put that spirit upon us of discernment, and Lord willing, He continues to give that spirit upon us while we continue to progress in this truth, man, to the end. Right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse number Salakia, what I want Sirach 11 and verse 25. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. And then the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. For it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways. Right. The affliction of an hour maketh a man forget pleasure, and in his end his deeds shall be discovered. So straight like that, man, the Lord says the affliction of an hour maketh a man forget pleasure. So man can be getting whooped all day long, being afflicted with all these burdens, man. He forget everything that the Lord ever did for him, man. Just like that wicked brother that you keep helping out, man. You keep lending a hand for, right? Keep giving alms to, keep giving alms to, and the brother continue to despise you, despise the words of the Lord. All the times you bring out the words to him, keep despising you, man, right? Because he forgetting all of that pleasure as soon as that affliction comes upon him, man, right? Damn, you see that, man? Satan cometh immediately. But I'm going to pass to the next mighty brother, and brothers can bring it out and close it up if they want, man.
I'm gonna sit there and leave off with the last precept right here, man. Right,
the brothers can bring out 2 Timothy 1 and 13 through the Spirit.
I'll bring that out first. Okay.
1 and 13 and 14.
I'll bring that out first. All right, so you see that? And the brother just sat there and sent in the chat. See that? The famine about to sit there and kick off, man.
What'd he say?
Right, Iowa was forced to kill millions of chickens, man. Right, let me see what it say real quick. Right, it says it says bird flu continues to wipe out poultry across the U.S. Iowa forced to kill 5.3 million chickens.
See that?
Sheesh, man. Right, so if you don't got no chicken in your house, man, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You might be out of luck. Right, but this is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse number 13, I believe. And it says, hold fast the form of sound. Slacky, I'm actually bringing that out second. Let me get Matthew chapter 7 and verse 13 real quick. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Right, hey, so you got to understand that. Salakia. All right, Salakia. Right, so you got to understand that many people are going to fall to destruction, man, because wide is that gate, man. You know what I'm saying? It's very appealing, man. It's attractive, man. Right, that's the only thing people tend to see, man. Right, they don't sit there and look into what could be hiding behind that big ass gate, man. Right, they don't care, man. They just sit there and walk in and think everything's supposed to be sweet and okay, man. Right, and what it say? Because straight is the gate and narrow is the path, so like is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it, man. Right, so narrow is the path that leads to righteousness, man. Right, that's going to sit there and lead to eternal life, to the kingdom that's at hand that we sit there and strive for, man. Right, hey, that gate is very narrow, man. Right, not every man is going to sit there and seek it out nor find it.
That's right.
It's not meant for every man to seek out nor find. So read in 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse number 13. It says, hold fast the form of sound words. Hey, these are sound words right here, man. Right? The scriptures give us comfort, man. Right? And I believe that 2 Maccabees, let me see real quick if I can pull up that scripture through the Spirit, man. Right? Right? Because this book right here is the book that's going to sit there and give us the comfort that we need, man. You know what I'm saying? So let me get it in Maccabees real quick.
Come.
Right, you can finish reading that.
2 Maccabees.
1 Maccabees chapter 12 and verse number 9.
It's the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 12 and verse 9. Therefore, we also, albeit we need none of these things, for that we have the holy books of scripture in our hands to comfort us.
That's right, man. Right, the holy book, man. We got the holy scriptures to sit there and comfort us, man. Right, so we don't need nothing else at the end of the day. All right, so finish reading that out in 2 Timothy.
Con, 2 Timothy 1 and 13.
Yeah.
Con, this is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 13, and it reads, hold fast the form of sound words which thou hast heard of me, in faith and love which is in Hamashiach Yahushai. That good thing which was committed unto thee, keep by the Holy Spirit which dwelleth in us. So with that, man, we want everybody to continue to have a blessed Shabbat Shalom, man. A blessed Shabbat on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day in March, man, that Yahweh Shai have given us again to continue to magnify his name into the earth, man. We want to bid everybody to continue to be righteous and not be unrighteous and surround yourself with unrighteous men and women, man. Because perilous times are going to continue to abound themselves upon the earth, man. And we want to continue to clean and our garments that we may have no spots or blemishes, man. That we may receive that crown of life from Yahweh Shah Mashiach, man.
That's right.
Hold fast these sound words we teach you, man, and search them out diligently like the Church of Berea, as it states in the book of Acts, man. So with that, Shalom. Kwam Yashala.
Come inshallah.
Kwam Yashala.